Hello. Let's talk about something universal, something that touches every single one of us, yet is so often misunderstood: feelings. Those powerful, sometimes overwhelming sensations that color our world. Emotions aren't good or bad, they're signals, messengers from within, constantly communicating vital information about our internal and external worlds. They shape our memories, imbuing them with color and intensity, making some moments unforgettable. They drive our choices, often subconsciously, influencing the paths we take and the decisions we make, big and small. And they connect us to others, fostering empathy, understanding, and the bonds that make us human. Yet, despite their crucial role, many of us are taught to ignore or suppress them, to view them as weaknesses or inconveniences. But unhandled feelings don't disappear. They don't simply vanish into thin air. Instead, they grow stronger, fester, and start running our lives from the shadows, influencing our behavior in ways we don't even realize. Think of emotions as your internal guidance, system of sophisticated compass, pointing you towards what you need and away from what harms you. For example, joy means alignment. It tells you that you're on the right track, doing something that resonates with your true self. Fear warns of danger, alerting you to potential threats and prompting you to take protective action. And anger signals a crossed boundary, indicating that someone or something is violating your personal space or values. Ignoring them is like flying blind, navigating life without the essential instruments you need to stay on course. That's why learning to manage feelings, though, understand them, accept them, and work with them, developing coping skills, is absolutely essential for a fulfilling and empowered life. It's the difference between being tossed about by emotional storms, feeling helpless and overwhelmed, and steering your own ship, confidently navigating the ups and downs of life with skill and resilience. This journey starts by acknowledging that your emotions are valid and important. It begins with understanding that your feelings matter and deserve to be heard, not judged or dismissed. Handling your emotions, learning to work with them instead of against them, is the first step toward emotional freedom and a more authentic life. Take back the control to reclaim your power. Your feelings are your compass, guiding you towards a life of greater understanding, connection, and fulfillment. At the heart of managing feelings is self-esteem. It's not arrogance, it's your sense of worth. Healthy self-esteem means treating yourself with kindness, setting boundaries, and seeing mistakes as growth. Low self-esteem leads to people-pleasing, tolerating poor treatment, and self-sabotage. Building self-esteem is essential for coping. You can't care for your feelings if you don't believe you're worth it. Challenge your inner critic and treat yourself as you would a friend. Rebuilding self-worth is the foundation for all emotional growth. Our childhood shapes how we handle emotions. If feelings were respected at home, we learn healthy expression. But many grow up suppressing needs to keep the peace, becoming caretakers who ignore their own feelings. This good child pattern helps us survive as kids, but drains us as adults. Recognizing these patterns isn't about blame, it's about understanding so we can rewrite them. Awareness is the first step to healthier, more balanced adult lives. Childhood patterns shape our adult relationships. If you learn to be a caretaker, you'll attract people who need rescuing. This cycle is exhausting. Your worth feels tied to what you do for others. You end up depleted, resentful, and disconnected from your own needs. Breaking free means learning It's not selfish to have boundaries, it's survival. Practice saying no, asking for help, and receiving support. Only then can you build relationships based on respect, not obligation. We often hide behind "I'm fine," masking real feelings. Coping starts with expanding your emotional vocabulary. Get specific. Are you frustrated, lonely, proud, or grateful? Naming your feelings builds awareness and gives you choices. Practice checking in with yourself, no judgment, just observation. When you know what you feel, you can respond with dignity and intention. Naming emotions empowers you to act, not just react. It's the key to self-understanding and intentional living. Children learn emotional skills from our actions, not words. When kids have big feelings, our response teaches them resilience. Giving in or shaming doesn't help. They need firm, loving boundaries. Say, "I know you're disappointed," but the answer is no. Validate the feeling. Hold the limit. This shows kids their feelings are safe and manageable. To do this, we must be aware of our own emotions and model regulation. Setting boundaries isn't just discipline. It's a gift of lifelong emotional health. Our example shapes their foundation for self-respect. Self-compassion isn't indulgence. It's not about letting yourself off the hook or ignoring your flaws. Instead, it's a vital coping skill, a way to navigate life's inevitable challenges with greater ease and resilience. It's about treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a dear friend. Practice positive self-talk. Become aware of the internal dialogue that constantly runs through your mind. When you catch yourself being critical, consciously reframe your thoughts. Look in the mirror and say something kind to yourself. Acknowledge your strengths and celebrate your progress, no matter how small. If that's hard, if you struggle to find compassion for your present self, speak to a photo of your younger self. Imagine what that child needed to hear and offer the comfort you needed then, knowing that it still resonates within you today. Keep a gratitude journal. Make it a daily ritual to write down things you're thankful for. This simple act can powerfully shift focus from lack to appreciation, reminding you of the good things in your life even amidst challenges. These practices aren't quick fixes. They require consistent effort and dedication. Think of them as emotional workouts, strengthening your capacity for self-compassion and resilience over time. At first, your inner critic will resist. It might even try to sabotage your efforts. But keep practicing self-kindness, even when it feels awkward or uncomfortable. Over time, self-compassion grows stronger, becoming a natural and automatic response. As you cultivate self-compassion, self-criticism fades, losing its power over your thoughts and emotions. You'll build a supportive inner relationship, a source of strength and comfort that you can always rely on. This inner ally becomes your greatest source of resilience, helping you navigate challenges with greater confidence and self-assurance. Befriending yourself, accepting yourself with all your imperfections and vulnerabilities is the foundation for lasting change, paving the way for a more fulfilling and meaningful life. Addiction isn't just about substances or behaviors. It's about escaping feelings. People turn to addiction to numb pain, not when they're content. Addiction is a symptom of unhandled emotions and low self-esteem. Stopping the behavior isn't enough. You need new coping skills. Without them, the pain returns and relapse is likely. True recovery means learning to care for yourself emotionally. Build self-esteem, learn to sit with discomfort, and self-soothe in healthy ways. When you handle your feelings, addiction loses its grip. Recovery is about building a life you don't need to escape. The goal of developing effective coping skills goes far beyond simply managing difficult moments. It's about building a foundation for a more fulfilling and balanced life. Ultimately, it's about cultivating a loving and compassionate relationship with yourself. This involves understanding your needs, accepting your imperfections, and treating yourself with the same kindness and respect you would offer a dear friend. This deep self-love is the root of lasting happiness and resilience. When you nurture this inner connection, you're better equipped to navigate life's challenges with grace and strength. Choose curiosity about your feelings and reactions and patterns, not harsh self-criticism. Instead of judging yourself, approach your emotions with gentle inquiry. Ask yourself why you feel a certain way and what you can learn from the experience. Embrace vulnerability is the very source of genuine connection and profound love. Allowing yourself to be seen, flaws and all, opens the door to deeper, more meaningful relationships. Self-care isn't a luxury, it's a daily practice. Set healthy boundaries, speak kindly and encouragingly to yourself, regularly check in with your feelings and needs, and don't hesitate to ask for help when you need it. Each act of self-care is a valuable investment in your long-term emotional strength and well-being. Learning effective coping mechanisms is essentially learning to love yourself through consistent action and mindful choices. This is the path that leads to genuine connection with others, a strong sense of purpose, and lasting joy. Be patient and unfailingly kind to yourself throughout this process. Begin the journey of deeply caring for the incredible and unique person you truly are.